On March 10, 1948, a near-capacity crowd of 15,500 fans packed Madison Square Garden to see one of the most unusual forms of basketball since Dr. James Naismith invented the sport in 1891. All of the men on the court were World War II veterans who had been seriously injured in the war. They were, in fact, the world's first wheelchair athletes. Hi, my name is David Davis, and I'm the author of a new book about how paralyzed veterans from World War II invented wheelchair basketball. One of the pioneers of this new sport was a Marine named Johnny Winterholler. What I found most interesting about Johnny's life was how resilient he was. He grew up during the Great Depression and had 18 siblings. As a teenager, he was sent away from home so there'd be one less mouth to feed. He got by roughnecking in the oil fields and picking crops. Sports was Johnny's path to salvation and stardom. He was a multi-sport wonderkin who was an all-conference selection in baseball, basketball, and football at the University of Wyoming. The scouts had him on their radar to play pro ball, but Johnny had another obligation. The military had paid for his college education, and the world was spiraling toward war. In early 1941, Johnny was sent to the Philippines with the 1st Separate Marine Battalion. Later on that year, after Pearl Harbor, when the Japanese attacked the Philippines at Cavite, Johnny's unit was outgunned and the base was destroyed. U.S. and Philippine troops then withdrew to Corregidor, an island known as the Rock, situated 2 miles from the southern tip of Bataan. But they were no match for the relentless Japanese forces. Johnny did what he could. He drove a truck full of torpedoes into the water so that the enemy couldn't capture them, and he helped move wounded men to a more secure location. For his heroism, he was awarded a Silver and a Bronze Star. But after the U.S. surrender on Corregidor, Johnny was taken to the first of several Japanese POW camps in the Philippines. He would not return home to the States again until 1945. To learn more about Johnny Winterholler and the other veterans who became wheelchair basketball pioneers, please check out my book, Wheels of Courage. You'll find out how Johnny survived the war, and you'll even find out which team won that historic game at Madison Square Garden.